Press and hold the center power button to power on the bike. Hold down the plus and minus buttons simultaneously to reach the settings menu. Scroll down and press the center button to select the battery lock page, and then press it once again to unlock and eject the battery. Place your hand below the battery to support it. Once the top end of the battery is disengaged, press the handle to release the battery and lift it out of the bike. Remove the wire loom from the cables coming from the right side of the bike. Use a 2mm hex wrench to remove the right side frame grommet and bolt. With the bike inverted, use a 3mm hex wrench to remove the 2 bolts that mount the terminal assembly to the frame. Use a 3mm hex wrench to remove the 2 bolts that mount the battery lock assembly to the frame. Use a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the 3 ACU cover bolts. Remove the cover. Use a 4mm hex wrench to loosen and remove the brake lever clamp bolts to remove the brake lever from the handlebar. Disconnect the brake lever sensor and then slide back the brake hose grommet. Use an 8mm open-end wrench to loosen the compression bolt. Slide back the compression bolt and remove the hose end from the brake lever. Use your brake hose cutting tool to trim the old barb and olive off the old brake hose. Remove the compression bolt and the hose grommet. Cut and remove the zip ties securing the rear brake hose to the chainstay of the frame. Use a 5mm hex wrench to loosen and remove the 2 rear brake caliper mounting bolts. Remove the rear brake assembly from the bike. Swap the rear brake assembly. Feed the new brake hose into the ACU compartment, through the frame, and out of the right side frame grommet hole. Reattach the rear brake caliper using the 2 original bolts and a 5mm hex wrench. Ensure the rotor is centered between the brake pads. Torque the caliper bolts to 9 to 12 Newton meters. Replace the zip ties that secure the brake hose to the chainstay of the frame. trim the excess tie ends flush. Replace the ACU cover plate and install the 3 mounting bolts using a 2.5mm hex wrench. Ensure all 3 bolts are threaded in before final tightening. Guide the terminal back into the frame and reinstall the mounting bolts using a 3mm hex wrench. Position the battery lock assembly in place and reinstall the 2 mounting bolts using a 3mm hex wrench. Use a 5mm hex wrench to remove the plug from the end of the new brake lever. Install the hose grommet, compression bolt, and then olive as shown. Remove the plug bolt on the end of the hose using a 2mm hex wrench. Carefully insert the brake hose into the lever end while retaining the olive on the end of the hose. While keeping the hose in place, thread in the compression bolt. Tighten until snug with an 8mm open end wrench. Do not over-tighten. Replace the hose grommet. Reconnect the rear brake sensor harness to the brake lever by aligning the arrows and firmly pressing the cable end onto the sensor. Remove the lever clamp bolts with a 4mm hex wrench. Position the rear brake lever onto the handlebar and reinstall the 2 lever clamping bolts using a 4mm hex wrench. Return the lever to the desired angle and snug the bolts in place. Reinstall the right side frame grommet and bolt using a 2mm hex wrench. Replace the wire loom on the cables coming from that side. Reinstall the battery by inserting the bottom first and pressing the top to lock it in place. Press and hold the center power button on the bike and test for proper function. Be sure to follow the brake bedding in process on our help desk.